Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Sana. Welcome to Crypto Bible. Hope you are all doing very well. I had a little bit of a late night last night. Had to pick my uncle up from the airport. He just came back from Cyprus, so yeah, I had to go sleep at like two o'clock, 3 o'clock. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I thought I'd get a video out to you guys this morning, showing you guys a chance because I have actually spotted a few things. I thought I'd jump on this morning and just see what's going on. I thought I'd get out a few indicators that I sometimes use when some things don't really make sense to me. And we're going to take a look at a few other things within the market that have actually happened over the past 12, 24 hours or so, which are pretty interesting. So we're going to dive into all of that. As usual, guys, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's just get straight into it, guys. So with Bitcoin, I was kind of looking at it and, it all looked very confusing because, of course, if we go to the hourly chart, yeah, it's just a little bit of a mess. People keep calling for lower prices like 44. I did say I'd like to see 44 hold. However, at the same time, we were still seeing this area hold right here, which is that high right there. And every time we entered that area, as you guys can see, the wicks were crazy, acting as really good support there, to be honest. So it seemed to be going very well. And now it's just kind of slowly grinding its way back up, but I still couldn't really make too much sense of it. So I thought I'd get out some indicators and just have a look and see what's going on there. Obviously, one of the things I like to use, guys, is the relative strength index. The reason why I like to use it is because it always shows whether or not a coin is oversold or overbought, and there's always bounces in certain areas. And as you guys can see on this chart right here, this is the relative strength index. What I decided to do was I just put like a line across right here to see where we were because we had a little bit of a jump right there. I just realized that we've had quite a few pumps every time we enter this level on the relative strength index, right around the 40 on the relative strength index. So as you guys can see, every time you see a red circle, we've had a pump there, and each time it's around that 40 on the relative strength area. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can see clearly. But obviously, you could even count ones like that which had a pump there. You could even get this one right here which had a pump there. It seems like it's a massive area of interest. Obviously, one thing we can also see is that it hasn't been fully oversold, because usually whenever something is really oversold and makes you want to think that it's now time to buy, it would go under 30. Every time something goes under 30 on a relative strength index, as you guys can see here, usually you would see a pretty big pump back up, like this one, for example. However, it doesn't mean that it's not going to pump back up. It still is more oversold than it is overbought, as you guys can see. So that was looking pretty good to me, and I decided to then get the divergence indicator out, see if I could recognize any bullish divergences. And as you guys can see, we do have one right here. Okay, now we did dip just below this area right here, as you guys can see. However, it immediately bounced back above it. Okay, and it kind of just reminded me of that time when like Cardano was kind of grinding up and it had a bit of a bear trap, and I was showing you guys throughout the entire market. But as you guys can see, we do have a bullish divergence forming right here on the Bitcoin chart. So, and we had a bit of a bounce here as well. So that was looking really good in my opinion. What I wouldn't have wanted to see was, it dropped way below the divergence indicator and just start grinding, around these areas. But it did manage to hold this trend line right here. So it is looking pretty promising on that note too. So, it's very difficult to judge whether or not the actual bottom of Bitcoin is in. There's certain things that are showing me that it possibly is in. We've seen support hold really well many times as well. Like, it's not like it's just held it once. I mean, usually what would tend to happen, if I go to the hourly chart so we can have a look at these wicks again. Oh, let me just get that off the screen. What would tend to happen, guys, is that every time we enter an area of interest where there's going to be a level of support, as we've done like right here, usually eventually it would just end up breaking below it. But every single time Bitcoin has entered this area, as you guys can see, they're all wicks. Not once have we closed a candle, an hourly candle. Not once have we closed an hourly candle below $46,700. It's hard to believe. I get it, because it seems like we were in this area for so long. But just look at that. Not once did we close a candle in the area. These are all wicks. This would be where the candle opens. This would be where it closes. These are the wicks, so it wicks below it. These are where prices would have gone. But as you guys can see, no candle has closed in that area. In fact, the lowest candle close that we have had sits right there at $46,790. And we've done that once, twice, three times, four times. So, we've definitely got confirmation now. That is a very, very good area of support. Buyers are coming in massively every single time Bitcoin enters that area. And right now, we are slowly starting to make higher highs here. But of course, this is Bitcoin. This is the most volatile market in the world. We don't know if the bottom is in. We could see one candle take all of that out and then just go below 46,000 and then start trending below it. So, I'm not saying it is in. I'm saying that I'm seeing things to indicate that it could be in. But right now, again, it's just a bit of a wait and see moment. However, leaders. What are the leaders that we've been speaking about for a very long time? We've always been talking about Solana, Luna, and Cardano ADA, right? Top three clear leaders in the market. Yes, there'll be more. But in regards to like the top 15, top 10 market cap coins, these are the ones that are really standing out. And what I noticed was that all three of them are actually trending very, very similarly. Okay. And what I'll also say is that this is the order it went in. It went Solana, then Luna, then Cardano in regards to when they broke out into new all-time highs. And as you guys can probably know or tell, last night Solana made a new all-time high. So regardless of what the prices are doing within the market, Solana carried on doing it. And what usually happens is that whenever Solana pumps, Luna usually follows, and then Cardano usually follows. So let's have a quick look at those. So what I've done right here, all three of them are going to look very similar. This blue line is their previous all-time high. Okay, as you guys can see, Solana made a new all-time high on the 16th of August. If you look down here, I'll put it right there. 16th of August, we made a new all-time high. Okay, and obviously during this dip, we came back below into this area right here, held it perfectly, and we've gone on to make new all-time highs. Now take a look at Luna and how similar this chart looks. If I zoom into it a little bit, as you guys can see, it looks very, very similar. Was I on the hourly chart here? It was a 4-hour. So look, again, in regards to Luna, we made a new all-time high on the 17th of August, as you guys can see. So 17th of August, a day after Solana, Luna made a new all-time high. Came back, retested support, off it went. Solana made a new all-time high, came back, retested support, off it went. Held this level very well, off it goes. Luna, new all-time high. Oh, there we go. Retested as support, off it went, consolidated, held this area very well, literally identical to Solana. As you guys can see again, new all-time high, support, held that level. New all-time high, support, held that level. And now Solana is now just gone on to make a new all-time high. Luna seems to be going the same way. As you guys can see, it looks very similar in the way that it is moving. And then Cardano, what is that done? Now, this is Cardano, right? This line is its previous all-time high. It has just retested the previous all-time high during this entire dip, which, again, very bullish stuff. And as you guys can see, the second we did retest it, it had a big bounce, and now we're grinding our way back up again. And I'll go on and say it again, guys. In a bear market, these people that are calling for a bear market, they could be right. They could be right. But I would really like to see their argument to why top 15, top 10, even Cardano being a top 5 coin, has broken out into an all-time high, has just retested its previous all-time high now as support, and has just bounced on top. And now something like Solana, which everything else seems to be following, is now making another new all-time high, whilst we're bearish. I don't know. You explain it to me. I mean, I don't get it. Again, it's one of those things because every time we do see a dip, it happens, right? Everyone turns bearish no matter what. And again, I'll say once more, we hit a very important retracement level for Bitcoin on the 0.702, around that $50,500 mark. Of course, we're going to find a little bit of resistance there. Okay, hopefully we get back up to do it. But of course, it is very good to see that Cardano, Luna, and Solana not only held their all-time highs like a boss, okay, but now Solana is also going on to make new all-time highs. Luna also seems to be going that way. And Cardano just retested its previous all-time high right now and had a big bounce on top of it. So look, I'm seeing great stuff. And at the end of the day, one thing I always do and one thing I always say is follow the leader, okay? It's not saying for no reason. These markets will follow the leaders, right? There's going to be massive laggers in the market. And I get that. It's frustrating. You think they're not going to move. You think it's just these three. No, they will catch up. They will catch up. It's just how it goes, guys. And we would not be seeing this type of price action from these coins if it was just one of them, right? Something like Luna, for example. I know Luna, in my opinion, is it's probably the best coin on the market. Okay, I love Luna. Cool. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. So I wouldn't have been surprised to just see Luna go on to make completely new all-time highs, right? That would not have surprised me at all. But Solana has done it as well. That's a top 10 coin. And then on top of that, a top 5 coin in Cardano has done it as well. That ain't no coincidence, people. That's no coincidence at all. Okay. Not financial advice. I fully still think we are in a bull market. Alt season is around the corner. This just requires patience. We've just hit a very important level of resistance for Bitcoin, and it had a rejection, understandably. Hopefully, we can get back up and pass it very soon. But I'll be keeping an eye out for the rest of the leaders in the market and keeping an eye out for Bitcoin. Indicators show that the bottom could possibly be in, but like I said, this is crypto. We don't know. Anything can happen. I'm just hoping. I'm holding on for 44K as my worst case scenario short term. That's what I'm looking for. But if not, feel free to just keep grinding up Bitcoin, man, and do what you got to do, man. Otherwise, I'll be keeping an eye out on for Solana, Luna, and Cardano, especially being the top 5 coin. That'll be interesting to see what that does as well. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure your bell icon is turned on so you don't miss any other videos. And yes, I did get a trim. Thank you very much. I know it looks great. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take it easy.